Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a new video here. I want to share with you guys some information, some of the issues that I was having with my Pico Scope when I was trying to use another amp clamp besides the original or the one made by Pico. Because this one, as everybody that has a Pico knows, is a BNC adapter, so the amp clamp, it comes with a BNC adapter. So I was trying to use my Snap-on amp clamp, which is 4mm banana adapters, or the new micro amp clamp that I got, which is also made with 4mm banana adapters as well. And the way that I was using it at first, it was with just the Pico Scope regular leads. I thought, well, these are BNC to 4mm banana adapters. I thought, well, I can use that. Well, guess what? No. I was getting so much issues, and I want to show you exactly what the problems that I was having. So bear with me a little bit on the mess that I have in here, because I got 3 amp clamps, a Pico Scope, and I'm going to use this battery jumper in order to provide power. I have connected to it a small test light that I made myself. So what I'm going to do is just connect the battery power through the jumper to turn that on, and then we're going to see the results on the scope. So for this one, I'm going to first start with the Pico Scope amp clamp. It's a 60 amp clamp on the 20 amp mode. So I'm just going to set that up. As far as let me stop the recording. As far as the settings, it's just going to be one mega sample, which is very big for what we're doing. And then probably, when you're going to check for amperage, it's most likely 1 second or so. If it's something detailed, like maybe an oxygen sensor, that's what I had, this micro amp clamp, and some other specific tests, you might want to go in 50 milliseconds or so, but that's not the case of what we're doing in here. So again, let me connect the test lead. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible to make the video as short as possible too. So I'm going to connect my test leads to channel 1. Sorry guys, I'm not going to be in the way of the camera. So for channel 1, I'm using the green cable, which it doesn't matter. And you're going to notice immediately when I connect the amp clamp, the Snap-on one here, just piggyback on the back. So I'm going to turn the channel on. Well, you immediately notice, and the amp clamp is not even on, that is a lot of noise. It's just it's impossible for you to decipher what is being reading there. And if I put them on the 60 amp mode, which I'm right now in the 20 amp mode, but again, that doesn't matter. There should be just voltage. As you can see, it fills the complete screen. I was trying to decipher what this was, so I stopped the capture and I went and tried to zoom as much as I could to see what kind of signal was that. And it's kind of like a AC sine wave. It's a little hard to see here. I'll have to go up and down into the signal to actually catch it, so it's very hard. So if you put him into the 20 amp mode, let me go back to the live recording, it gets a little better. Again, it's not reading anything, so it shouldn't be like that. So you usually just zero your amp clamp, which that's what I just did here. You just press the 0 and it gets close to 0, but then when I turn this light on, okay, now it's on, and I try to read anything, well, I'm not even connected to anything again. Let me zero this again, and as you can see, it's impossible to decipher what it's trying to read in it's not even accurate, because this is like a 0.9, oh sorry, 250 milliamps of draw. That's what this light that I have draws. Again, this is all I'm checking in here. So this was my problem. I'm gonna turn this on and stop the recording. No matter what, we're not seeing anything in there. So that was my issue, and I'm like, okay, something is wrong. I tried different amp clamps that I have here, and it was giving me the same results. So I called my friend Ramon from Kentucky Home Garage, and he tried, because he has, you know, kind of like the same setup, and he uses his snap-on amp clamps, and he's like, you know, he didn't try it straight to use the Pico Scope leads, and he told me that, you know, he's been able to use the amp clamps with no issue. Again, without using the Pico Scope leads, he was using an adapter that he has from BNC to 4mm banana. He said that, you know, when he got some of the amp clamps in eBay, he got those, or it came with it. So I'm gonna put this lead away. Sorry for taking the time, but you know, I like to keep it organized. Just put them into my cart. So what I ended up getting, I got these 4mm banana adapter, and I have another one. The way they come, let me show you. This is the way they come. So it's a very fixed part or tool. It's a BNC to 4mm banana adapter. In this one, you can remove this and you can connect a wire to it, or you can just go in the center, and it works very well. But what I wanted to do, or what I did, is I soldered it, kind of like a 4mm banana extension, short extensions, to see if this one doesn't give me much noise, because I don't want to be, you know, that rigid on the connectors on the scope, because you're putting weight in here, especially this one. It will be all the weight of this, where the battery is located, straight to the connector on the scope. It will put a lot of weight, and it's very rigid. So I create this and I want to see how it goes. So let's try this again with the Snap-on. The Snap-on one is very accurate. If I try it with a DVM, you know, multimeter, and with my fluke, and it went exactly 248 milliamps, which is pretty much the draw on that one. So let me connect this into channel 1. This little thing that I just did. So again, I'm just gonna come from red to red and black to black. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's run the scope. Well, it looks like it's very noisy still. Let me see what I got in here. Let's get this, it's actually 500 milliamps. One thing that I noticed I could do, I didn't show this with the Pico Scope wires, but if you activate your filter, it doesn't do any change. This one, I don't know why it's not working. Let me make sure we are in the mode. It looks like we are. Got a little better. Let me see if I can go higher with the filter. Well, as you can see, it's still very noisy. I'm trying to go. That's some changes. I don't know why it's up. See, it got worse. Try to connect this to. I got the light again, you know, the test light connected. Let me zero that out to see if it makes any difference. Again, it's going to be impossible to see. I mean, where are we here? You know, the zero is not even in there. 0.84. If you go high on amperage on this one, like 5 to 10, the noise goes away. So, as you can see, trying to zero the amp clamp. The problem is it has a lot of filter, which ain't making not much of a difference, as you can see. changing the time base, it helps me out. You know how you have to play a little bit with this. I don't think that's a true zero yet. It might be. Let's see what we read now here. If we read anything. It's very, very hard to take this as a truth. We can probably say that it's around 238 milliamps. So again, it's very noisy, but it's reading what it should. I'm going to remove now. Turn the amp lamp off. Actually, you know what? Let me set the other channel. Keep all this live. I'm gonna put this onto the third channel, so we're not that close together. See if we get any difference. With the snap-on one and this one, there is rigid. It's not much of an issue because the snap-on is just a wire. I was more worried about the K110, which is a micro-amp clamp or micro-amp clamp. That one is the one that can put a lot of weight in here. So I disconnected that from here. There's a lot of noise in here. If you go to voltage, it definitely disappear. This is like the amp setting is very, very noisy. Looks like picking up the same thing. It's like very, very noisy. I'm not sure if it's a shop or what is it. So one care you have to be careful just with the connection in here. Again, it's very, very rigid. Try not to put too much forward with the scope. Just want to show you what I'm getting. So let's turn the first channel on and set up into the 20 amp mode. Again, immediately you see it's very noisy, and I haven't even turned it on. Let's go over to instead of automatic, let's go to like a higher amperage. Minus 5 to 10. See if we can get any filter in here. Snapple, you know, I talk also with Pico Tech in Texas. I think it's Texas, and the technician Craig, you know, guide me also to get this stuff to at least try to make it work. All right, so let's turn these on. The 20 amp mode, and just turn it on. So as you can see, it's not really much of a difference with the cables. So my cables aren't making any problems in there. You'll be able to read high amperage. So let's disconnect this. I'm gonna take the snap-on away. 1 second, guys. Take this out of here. And trying to record this completely live, so you guys see what my issue was. Right now I'm going to use a micro-amp clamp. I'm also going to connect the original Pico Scope. This is I'm going to give you the model in 1 second. Let me take these straps off. And this one is the TA-0118, oh sorry, TA-018. This has a very thin wire, but it's specific for the scope. As you can see, when I connect it into that one, I connect this amp clamp off, it's no noise. That is the huge difference in between the snap-on and the Pico Scope original 4. So I'm going to set it up into the 20 amp mode. You see there is very clean. Let me make sure, you know, I got no to remove the filter we got in there. As you can see, there is no filter necessary with the Pico Scope, and I can go down to like 500 milliamps. Actually, for some reason it disappeared in there. Probably noise makes it go off the chart, but let me zero the amp clamp too. Turn channel 1 off for 1 second when we're not using it. So that's the zero. And I know as a fact that this is 250 milliamps, so it's a little noisy, but 255.9, so it's okay. Remember, we're measuring, milliamps. And now I'm going to connect my Pico amp clamp in here. This was my main concern. The snap-on clamp is not really much of my concern because I know that I'll be able to use the Pico. For low readings, I need to be able to use this. Oops, sorry. Let me move this a little backwards so I'm going to fall. Alright, so let's turn channel back on, and but before we do that, I already set up the K100. Yes, so let's turn this on and put it into 500 milliamps. As you can see, take this out 1 second, the measurement. This one is very, very clean with that setup. And with the zero, so that's very important to make sure that you zero your amp clamp. Channel A. Let me move it up. Looks like it's already reading like. Let's see how much we got in there. Yeah, it's like microamps, so let me see if I can zero this up. Sorry guys for the long video. Let me get this up. It's easier if you raise the amperage. You can get to see the zero easier. So what we can do, let's just need to get to the keyboard, which is here under. See if that works. Oops. Put a plus. So that's my zero line. It looks like we're perfectly zero. So, alright, the amp clamp on the channel A is, or blue channel, is correct. And now let's see what we got here. Now you can see it went up to very accurately. So we got 244.2 milliamps. And this was my main concern. So it's not noisy. It can reach very low amperage. And I mean, I'm in a plus and minus 2 amps. I can go down to 500. It gets a little noisy as lower you go because it picks up noise from the ambient. But when you connect it to the circuit, well, you can see it's off the chart because we're reading a little more than that. Let me see where we are. So we are here. And that will give me more accuracy. So 243.3. Forget about the other cursor that I have here. Alright, so that's perfect. And you can see it's reading really good. So that was my issue, my concern. Again, if you guys have any issues with your amp clamps and you're using your scope leads, don't try to get at least those kind of connectors. I got it from Amazon, very cheap, and they work fantastic. My main concern again is to use the micro amp clamp, and I'm going to be able to. So that's the purpose of this video. One other thing that I want to show, let me stop this, and hopefully you guys can see that. Let me get the camera closer to the screen. Try to bear with me. I'm trying to do this with my left hand. So as you notice, I have the micro amp clamp on the channel 1. The way you set up this is you go over to tools, and then you go to custom probes, and then you can do your new probes. You can do a new probe, edit, delete, duplicate. I did also some for the snap-on ones, but I end up just using the ones for the Pico because it's exactly the same settings, so it's not really necessary to do it. But okay, let me show you this micro amp clamp settings, and then you go again. If you're doing a new, you will go to new. I'm going to edit it so you guys can see how I did it. So this is the first pop-up that comes out as another menu for the settings, and then you clear. You click in here and you set up the reading that you want to see. I mean, if you want to see voltage, pressure, and here you can see all these different settings. So my case is amperage. I edit a table because this is, again, I pick up this information. The amp clamp comes with books, and you can see that it goes from minus 4,500 millivolts translate to minus 450 milliamps, and then positive goes from 4,500 millivolts to 450 milliamps. So once you do that, you click OK, then you click next. I click the second one. It says advanced. I will manage the custom probe range manually, but after that, in here I click the auto generate ranges, and this is what Pico will do for you to calculate what your settings are, and it gives you a different ranges, so you can select when you're here in the probe. If you click the menu down, well, let me finish in here. After you do this, you just either you select the filter. I didn't select it for this one, and then you put a name for the probe. This is the K110 micro amp clamp plus minus 450 milliamps, and that's it. You're done. Those ranges are the ones you can see here. You can go plus minus 50 milliamps and so on up to plus and minus 4.5 amps. So this clamp has a very wide range. It's very, very accurate, and I really like it. I'm very happy that I was able to connect it to my Pico and make it work. And I was having this same issue with the Pico since I got it. You know, I got the standard kit from Pico because I already had a high amp clamp and a low amp clamp and some pressure transducers from a Snap-on, and I thought myself, oh, let's use those with the Pico. Well, guess not. They're not that clean. The amp clamps from Pico, they're not expensive. The WPS 500 is a little expensive, but it's the best if you're doing pressure transducers. And right now my main concern was to be able to use this micro amp clamp, which as you guys can see I will be able to.